Hi loves, welcome back to Olives. If you are new here, hi, my name is Olivia, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for always stopping by. In this video, I'll be making a baby girl's dress. I was kind of contemplating whether to share, but I hope you enjoy learning. Please keep on watching and let's get right into this video. Here is the bodice I'll be working with, and I'll also use this leftover scraps from her mom's material. I'll move on to cut the lower part of the dress, which will be a half circle. Now half circle, the waist is 18, so I'll divide it by 3.14. Full circle is 6.28, so half of that is 3.14. So that is what I will need. Dividing that, I had 5.7, so I approximated it to 6 inches. This has been folded into two, so I'm going to take it this way in the form of a triangle and fold again. That will be into 4. So this is for a half circle. I had 6 inches, right? So that is what I'm going to mark from the tip of this triangle that I have folded. Now the length, after subtracting the half length from the full length, I had 9 inches. I will be adding ruffles to the skirt, so I deducted 1.5. So in total, I have 13.5 as the full length. So I'll mark 6 inches and 13.5. 6 inches, 13.5. Rotate it to the end of this fabric. So I'll connect it this way and also connect the lower part. After measuring round and multiplying by 4, we folded the fabric into 4. I had 20 inches. The round waist is 18, so the 2 extra inches will serve as 1 inch zip allowance at the center back. I also marked ½ inch above the waistline, which will serve as joining allowance. I did this before I measured round the waist to get the 20 inches. So this is my half circle. As the skirt is ready, I also went ahead to cut the bodice. I cut 2 each, so one will be used as lining, which means that the back I cut 4, right? So I'll go ahead and work on the bodice. So I'll pick each of them. Since one will be lining, I'm going to join them separately. I'll pin them together. So I'll pin the shoulder and join with ½ inch. I'll repeat the same thing to the other one. Having done that, I'll join both necklines together by meeting the shoulders. I'll join this with ½ inch notch. Trim off excess. And I'll go ahead to understitch on the one that will serve as lining. This is how the neckline looks like after understitching. Now I'll work on the armholes. So to do that, I'll flip it back again, right side facing each other, and I'll pin. Stitch round with ½ inch allowance, and after doing this, I'll snip, trim off excess and understitch. Whatever I do, I'll repeat the same thing here. I'll go ahead and turn everything inside out by pulling the back to the front. That's through the shoulder. I'm gonna head to iron. Now the next thing is to knitting the sides and the center back. So I'll pin again with the right size facing. I'll stitch this with just 1/4 of an inch. So I'll stitch like this. I'll repeat the same thing to the back, the side, and then the center back. I'll turn it inside out. I'll move on to join the sides and also stitch the center back together. So this is what it looks like. After stitching the center back, I press it to have a crease line. Now I'll unpick, and this is how the bodice looks like. So the next thing is to work on the lower part. I have the ruffles here made out of net. So with the skirt, I'm going to leave about 1/2 inch from the waistline of the skirt before I begin to stitch the ruffles on top of it, right? After the first line, this is where you decide the distance you want in between the ruffles, right? Whether 1 inch, 1.5, or 2 inches. So for you to see well, you are going to mark each of the intervals around the skirt so you can place the ruffles on it. It's just going to be a guideline so you can stitch right on the line you've made. So I'm going to take it this way. So when I'm done with the first one, I'll leave the interval and continue to the end. This is how the ruffle skirt turned out. So as I said, I left 1/2 inch up like this to join this to the bodice. So I opened up the ruffle and stitched the middle like this, right? So I just stitched the middle onto the skirt, and I did this from the beginning to the end. With this, while stitching, I excluded the zip allowance. The net did not extend to the zip allowance. Okay, so however I did the first one, that is how I did the other ones, stitching the middle of the net. Next is to join the bodice to the skirt. I'll find the midpoint of the skirt, which is the center, and notch. I've already notched the center of the bodice, so I'll pin these center points together and pin the rest to the center back. But while doing this, you have to make sure that you do not pin the net together with the bodice and the top part of the skirt. Okay, I'll move on to stitch the waist with 1/2 inch. I'll stitch the center back in place, and with the allowance I left, I'm going to pin them together. While doing this, I'll pull away the net so it doesn't enter the center back line. I'll continue pinning while I leave a space for the zip to be fixed. I've gone ahead to fix the zip to the back. I'll open up the zip allowance and fold the excess of the zip like this and also pin. Then I'll tack it down. We've come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching and I hope you learned something. Please do well to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Also turn on your notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video.